Good morning. It's 7:04 on this Wednesday, August 24th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody. We welcome you here on a Wednesday morning. I'll tell you what, the conversation was so good before the show began, I wasn't paying any attention to the clock this morning. Bob McDonald is here, and he's ready to talk about Cedar Stone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Great to see you. You know, with the upgrades here in Studio B, you don't have to worry about the clock. Got that big red light over there in the corner that comes on. You know, when that light just popped on, it reminded me when I was a kid. Do you remember the store? It was in what was the 100 Oaks Mall.
Yeah.
And it was called Spencer Gifts.
Now, I don't remember
and
that.
I
remember 100
They,
Oaks
you know,
Mall.
they sold lamps with MJ's looking. She's nodding. She remembers that store. And they sold lamps with purple lights and red lights and green lights. It was it was that early 70s kind of hippie type thing. I used to love going to that store.
Well, one thing about it, when that red light comes on, you better be ready.
I know.
To
I like it. It looks good.
What have you been doing?
Well, just working away. Susan called me on the way in this morning to remind me to tell you that we had your okra last night for dinner.
Oh, well, I hope it was good.
It was wonderful. I told you last week she likes to bake your okra. She'll put some seasoning on it and she'll bake it on a cookie sheet. Incredible. I could eat a gallon of it. So remember,
Is that a suggestion?
That's just letting you know, if you ever have some left over and you don't know what to do with it, just know that Susan and Bob love it.
Senator Pody a batch, and then you'll get it back on my list.
Okay.
After him, I guess.
Well, I'll let him have some of my okra.
That's the only thing I've got plenty of this year.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad I'm on the list. I'm just glad I'm there somewhere.
Well, Susan, thank you for reminding Bob to remind me to thank me, and you're very welcome, and we love it. Love to share what we have, our bounty.
Share your bounty.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about banking?
Well, it's remains very busy. We continue to be watchful of the economy. The Fed meets again next month. I think it's the 20th and 21st, and it's anticipated that there'll be another rate increase.
Mm-hmm.
It's anywhere between 0.5 point to 0.75 point, and it continues to be unprecedented in terms of Fed action. I mean, we've seen such large increases like never before in the Fed funds rate, but it's happened so quickly, back to back. Back in the spring we saw a 0.5 point jump, and then in the summer we had two consecutive 0.75% jump. So now we're facing another half, maybe another 0.75. I don't know that it's necessary. Just looking around our economy here, Coleman, I wish that they would let it settle, let some of these rates get absorbed, if you will, in the economy and see what impact that has. And I do know the Fed's under pressure. They came to the party a little late on fighting inflation. They first thought that their word was transitory, that we were transitioning from a pandemic economy to a more traditional economy, and that proved not to be the case. And of course, those are hard things to predict. And
well, I guess of necessity, you've had to raise your rates a little bit to compensate. And I did notice that even on my savings account at Cedar Stone, that the interest rate has been bumped up a little bit there, which didn't make me mad.
I know it didn't. And you're right. We have increased our depository rates for savings and for our CDs and for our money market rates. Matter of fact, we met yesterday as a team and reset some rates that'll be going into effect here soon. So you're going to see another bump, Coleman. But that also results in higher borrowing costs. So for those folks who are borrowing money, they've seen their rates increase. Some of our loans, Coleman, as you know, they fluctuate with prime. So as prime goes up, their rate will go up. Yep. Fixed rates also go up because our cost of money increases. I mean, we're paying more for deposits. We pay more for our Fed funds rate when we borrow from the Fed, and so just the overall inflation affects everyone. I mean, it affects households, it affects companies, and it affects banks. And so, but rates, I will continue to remind folks that we're still in very low rate cycles. We're still in a very good rate environment, even if you're borrowing money. So it's still a good time to be borrowing money when you have that need.
All right, let's close out this morning talking quickly about your free checking.
Yep. Coleman, we continue to open a lot of those accounts, and just as we have for the 18 and a half years we've been open as a bank. It's very important that everyone has a checking account, and that's why we have ours to be completely free in every way. It's free checks, it's free online banking, we offer free bill pay. You can use your ATM or debit card in any ATM across the world, and it's free. We always reimburse our customers any third-party charges. So it's a great account. Particularly, we've seen a lot of folks come in and open up accounts as they've sent their kids off to college, because they can come in and make their deposit to their account here at any of our locations, or they can make deposits electronically. And their child student can use that ATM or debit card wherever they are in school. So it works for everyone.
Yeah, great tool.
Yeah,
Really.
it is.
Well, Bob, good to see you this morning. Have a good one. We'll do
Thanks,
next
Coleman.
Wednesday.
Good to be with you, my friend.
Bob McDonald, President, CEO, Cedar Stone Bank, Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Donaldson. Simple banking, simply better. All right, here at 11 minutes after the hour, I have a representative from Middle Tennessee Electric who is my guest this morning, Mr. Glenn Hollinsworth. Glenn, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and it's good to meet you and to know that you are the Member Revenue and Programs Manager. Did I get that right?
You got that right. Yes, sir.
I wrote it down correct. One of the things, we can start out here, one of the things you have changed, and it's for forever so long, it was MTEMC, Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation. And some time ago, you changed your logo and you simplified it a little bit, knocking off the last two letters, and now it's just MTE, Middle Tennessee Electric, which is what most people said. They didn't say all 5 words. They usually said Middle Tennessee Electric. Have you had positive feedback from that?
Overall, yes. Like you said, a couple years ago, we had a great opportunity to rebrand Middle Tennessee Electric. We are still Middle Tennessee Electric Membership Corporation. We are still an electric cooperative serving our members. But like you said, most people referred to us as Middle Tennessee Electric. So it was an opportunity to take our brand and match what people were saying about us and mirror those and be an even better brand in our communities.
Well, you serve a large area, one of the largest electric cooperatives in the whole nation.
Yes, sir.
And Murfreesboro, in Rutherford County, Lebanon, Wilson County, Franklin, Williamson County, and then I know you're into Woodbury and Cannon County. And help me out, where's the rest, or is that it?
That's the main service territory. After the recent merger with Murfreesboro Electric a couple years ago, we now have over 320,000 electric accounts, which makes us the second largest electric cooperative in the country when you look at number of accounts.
That's one thing we were ahead of Murfreesboro on. Lebanon let Middle Tennessee Electric come in and take over several years ago. But I think it's been a lot of improvement been made here since I know you're a younger fellow, you probably don't even remember that, but I certainly do. And there was somewhat of a controversial issue at the time. There were some of the city fathers that didn't want to give up the city's electric department. But when you look at all the positives that has been a result, I think it was a good decision. But that's just my opinion.
I would second that.
You are here to talk about an annual meeting. Middle Tennessee Electric's had an annual meeting ever since I can remember. And I was telling you earlier, my father worked at Middle Tennessee Electric most of his adult life, really, and worked here in the Lebanon office. And many, many times I went with him to Murfreesboro for that meeting. Now, back then it was usually held during the week, maybe on a Thursday or something. And for some time now, it's been on a Saturday. And you're having one this Saturday, but it's a little bit, it's not one you go to.
That's right. It's a little bit different. And so this is the 86th annual annual meeting for our cooperative. And one of the unique things about being a cooperative is that we do have this annual meeting where it's an opportunity for Middle Tennessee Electric employees and leadership to engage with members, but also the opposite. We want to hear from our members. So this Saturday at 2 o'clock, we're having a virtual annual meeting. Members that would like to watch this needs to go to mte.com/annual meeting. And so the video stream will start right around 2 o'clock. It'll be composed of 2 or 3 different pieces for the annual meeting. The first will be an update from our president, Chris Jones, and our chairman of the board, Mike Woods. It's an update on the cooperative, where we're at, the programs that's going on, all that great stuff. And then after that, we'll go to a listening session. And this is the opportunity we want to hear from members. And during the listening session, we will answer questions that our members have asked us throughout the week. So any member that would like to ask us any questions, they have the opportunity to do that this week through Friday at noon, 12 noon. And all they need to do is go to mte.com/annual meeting. There's a place right there to submit those questions, and our leadership team will get those. And then concluding the event is a business session that the chairman of the board and the treasurer will lead, and it's an update on the company's financials. So.
Oh, so that's kind of the gist of what's going to be happening.
That's the gist
of
it. That's right. Okay. Yes, sir.
Glenn Hollinsworth is with us from Middle Tennessee Electric. A break right here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And to 7:16, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, Redmax, complete inventory, weed eaters, blowers, hedge trimmers for the commercial user and homeowner with up to a 4-year warranty. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. There's still a couple of spots where it's running slow out here, especially in Wilson County, or should I say trying to get in Wilson County there from Smith County due to that tractor trailer that flipped over. That's really frustrating. Trying to get down the interstate there through that section of Smith County right now on 40 westbound at the 251. They almost made it into Wilson County, but boy, it's a mess up here on the interstate. It's still sluggish on 24 westbound trying to get up through the Hickory Hollow area coming in from Rutherford County. With a huge demand for dental assistants, Dental Staff School will train you, help you get a job as a dental assistant. Google Dental Staff School. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Bob McDonald with Cedar Stone Bank. For 17 years now, we've been serving our communities in Lebanon, Mount Juliet, and Donaldson. We can serve you in the way that best fits your needs. We have all the banking technology, we have beautiful buildings, but more importantly, we have great people. On behalf of our board of directors, I thank you for banking with us. If you don't currently bank with us, please come by and visit us in any of our locations. It would be our pleasure to talk with you about how simple banking is simply better.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cumberland University football kicks off the 2022 regular season this Saturday, August 27th, as the Phoenix hosts Point University at Noakes-Lassiter Field. This is Christian Capozzi of the Cumberland Sports Network. Join Bob Lee and myself this Saturday right here on WANT for play-by-play coverage of Cumberland football. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30, leading up to a 6 o'clock kickoff. The Point Skyhawks meet the Cumberland Phoenix this Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on WANT.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway, across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday. We're talking the annual meeting for Middle Tennessee Electric. Glenn Hollinsworth is with us, member revenue and programs manager. And this is your first time to be with us on Coleman and Company. And I didn't say that in the beginning, but we certainly welcome you. And you were telling me that Chris Jones, you saw him, was he at the fair?
We were at the fair last night. Last night at the fair was Middle Tennessee Electric Night. And so we were the lead sponsor for the event and go out. And I would like, if you don't mind, I would like to give a shout out to all the people that run that fair, the Wilson County Tennessee State Fair. What an incredible event for this community and the whole state. And we're honored to be a part of it.
Well, thank you for saying so. Well, it's pretty much a community thing. We have some wonderful leaders, but there's a lot of people. There's there's upwards of 2,000 people, I guess, that have some part in making that the success that it's been.
It's absolutely incredible. And the weather the last couple of weeks have been just incredible.
This has been fair weather.
It has been. That's right.
And it looks like maybe it's going to stay that way, maybe a little bit warmer. But,
Maybe, but no rain in the forecast.
I
And I
don't
know
have
they're
the attendance from last night, but I know that we've had record attendance most of the time, and around 330,000 before last night, I think. So
It's incredible.
I'm thinking we might have as many as 600 to 625 before it's all over if the weather stays good. But let's get back to Middle Tennessee Electric. Actually, you've got quite a bit to talk about because you have a virtual meeting this Saturday at 2 p.m. and mte.com/annual meeting.
That's correct.
That's the way to participate. Now, is there something you can do prior to that? As you've got. I don't think there's any contested directors. Is that what you call them?
correct. Board of Directors.
Board,
That's
yeah,
right.
you have some members for the board. You serve for a period of time, then you either get reelected or somebody takes your place.
That's correct.
I like
Yeah.
that. So you will talk about that when you get to it, but there's quite a bit for us to discuss here in the next 10 minutes this morning. So what else you want to tell us?
Let's talk about the election because that's such a unique benefit of being a member of an electric cooperative where members, owners of the company who live in our service territory get to vote for the board of directors that lead the organization and direct the organization. And right now we have voting going on in every single one of our offices. We have 8 offices across our service territory for the open board of director seats and also the open nominating committee seats. And it's open during office hours, 7:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. On Saturday from 7:30 to 10, members can vote at any office as well. So we try to make it convenient throughout the week and also on the weekend for members to do that.
But you only vote one time.
You only get one vote. That's right. You only get one vote.
You can't vote early and vote often. You can vote early, not often.
That's right. That's right. And like you mentioned, it is an uncontested election this year, but we still encourage members to get out and voice their vote.
No doubt the candidates there would certainly appreciate that. That's like it's an endorsement if you vote for them, and that's got to make them feel good.
It is, and we have an incredible group of board of directors right now that are visionary, innovative, and we just really appreciate their leadership of our organization. Yeah. And another exciting thing, so once you register to vote, you are automatically entered for door prizes. And that's another unique thing about this annual meeting is we're giving away 30 door prizes this year across our service territory. So members that want to enter for door prizes, they can go to our offices and vote, or we try to make it easy. They can just call us, and we will register you over the phone if you can't make it in the office. So if members want to register for door prizes, if they'll call 877-777-9020, then just let us know that you want to register for door prizes, and we'll get you signed up.
Do that again. I was trying to write down 877.
That number is 877-777-9020. And just mention you want to register for door prizes, we'll get you signed up. And then registration for the door prizes will end at 10 a.m. Our annual meeting starts at 2, so we'll start drawing for those in that in-between period. And during the annual meeting, we will announce the winners of the door prize. And if you win, you'll be contacted by one of our employees the week after.
And you said there are 30 of those?
There's 30 door prizes this year. And something that we started during the pandemic that we've continued, it's been, we think, successful, is instead of going to big box stores, we go around to all of our different communities and we purchase gift cards, gifts, things from local businesses that are homegrown in the service territory, because during the COVID pandemic, there were so many layers to that, correct? But local businesses were hurt in so many ways. We felt it was a way to give back to our community and generate business. So we continue that.
Well, there's been a slogan that you've used over the years, and I think it's still true: owned by the members it serves. And this annual meeting kind of proves that, and an opportunity to participate, to even comment, as you said earlier, if you've got I guess a gripe, but be more positive. Hopefully you've got a positive suggestion that you can pass along.
We would love to hear from any members. good or bad, because we want to hear things that members are struggling with. And one thing I failed to mention was, we during the Q&A session, the listening session, there's only a certain allotted time that we can answer questions. We won't be able to answer all of them, but we will follow up with every question the week after the annual meeting. So even if your question doesn't get answered, we'll get back in contact with you.
Well, I know one of the questions that's most likely going to be asked is the rising cost that I think is passed on by TVA that you have nothing to do with. That's the story I get. But I know my bills the last 2 months have been a lot more than they've ever been before.
That's right. And we expect those questions, and we welcome those. Like you said, the TVA fuel cost has gone up recently. The MTE has no control over that. We make no money off that. It's a direct pass-through from TVA. But the good thing is we have options available to help our members. We're doing things to try to help our members through this difficult time. Through Labor Day, we are not charging late fees on our accounts. We're not disconnecting for non-pay. We're trying to do some things to help. And one option that we have for members is levelized billing. It's a rolling 12-month average where members, it takes the peaks and valleys out. And that way members have a reasonably flat bill each month. And we think that's been successful. And we encourage members, if they have questions or would like to participate in that program, call us, or you can go to your app and actually enroll in levelized billing.
Well, Middle Tennessee Electric started back in the late 30s, and it had its in its younger days, it was struggling to survive almost, and it's like a lot of things in the 30s. In the Depression, it came out of that, and I mean, look where it is now, one of the largest electric cooperatives in the whole nation. There's been some good leadership there over the years, some good, and gone in the right direction, I think. And we probably, I mean, I don't know what it costs for electricity in other areas, but I hear that we're one of the least expensive.
That's right. We are we have some of the cheapest rates in the country as compared to other utilities, and it's just like you said, we have a great group of leaders leading us, and members should be proud of this leadership team and this organization because.
All right, we've got about 2 or 3 more. And anything else, Glenn, that we've left off? You've got some notes there as you scan that. Have we covered everything pretty well?
I think we have. The last thing I would like to mention, if that's okay. So going from the COVID pandemic, we did go to a virtual annual meeting from that in-person annual meeting. But Middle Tennessee Electric is committed to being in the communities and doing things to interact with our members face-to-face. So we're going to have we had Earth Day this year in Murfreesboro, but next year we're going to hopefully have even more events where we can go out in the community with our leadership team and engage. So even though we have a virtual annual meeting, we're going to get back out in the communities, and that way members can interact with us face-to-face, ask us questions.
All right, well, let's kind of summarize what we've talked about. This virtual meeting is at 2 p.m. this Saturday, and you go to mte.com/annual meeting. I got that right.
You got that right.
You can, but you can even vote by phone.
You have to come in person to vote, but you can register for door prizes on
I'm
the phone.
sorry. All right. Yep. Okay. I don't want to get things mixed up here. The annual meeting's at 2 p.m. But if you want to vote for a member of the board of directors, and how many of them are on the ballot?
On the ballot, there are 4 board of directors on the ballot this year.
A member can vote in all 4 of those?
For all 4 for the board of directors.
You get to vote whether they live in your area, within your area.
For the board of directors, that's correct. Not the nominating committee, only in your county.
All right. And so you go to any of the offices to do that?
During our normal business hours, correct.
All right. Or you can call and vote if you can't.
You can call and register for door prizes. You do have to be in person to vote.
I'm sorry. All right. Let's get that straight.
Sure.
You can register for door prizes by calling his phone number.
Yes, sir.
But you don't vote that way.
Correct.
But when you go vote, you automatically get registered.
You got it.
All right.
That's right.
But if you can't go vote but still want to register, call 877-777-9020.
You got it. You're ready to go.
Well, it's good always good to talk about Middle Tennessee Electric because many people in the area that we cover here by radio are members of Middle Tennessee Electric and have been, and so we always have some good information here. And Glenn, we're glad to to get to meet you and have you here with us. This is a first for you, being on Coleman Company. But I hope it's not the last. And by the way, Jeff Brockett, I understand he retired.
He retired. He threatened it for a couple years, but he finally did it, and we miss him, but we're happy for him.
He'd been here the last 2 or 3 years and talked about this. But Glenn Hollingsworth, member, revenue, and programs manager for Middle Tennessee Electric, has been my guest, and we're talking about the annual meeting, the virtual meeting, Saturday at 2 p.m. So thank you so much. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us.
That is part one of Coleman and Company. Keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's go ahead and see what's happening on the roadways. This update is all brought to you by Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $49.95, up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still very slow and frustrating for folks trying to get out of Smith County right now due to that early morning 18-wheeler crash out there on 40 westbound into 251. It's actually pretty close to the Wilson County, Smith County line on this 18-wheeler crash on 40 westbound. It's got traffic extremely slow. It's still very busy now on 40 west here at the airport. As you come past the airport at Donaldson Pike, all the traffic coming through Hermitage and Donaldson. Hey, with a huge demand for dental assistants, Dental Staff School will train you, help you get a job as a dental assistant. Google Dental Staff School. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hi, everybody. Tommy Bryan. Join me along with Harry Stafford, Bob Lee, and Joe Gardner as we bring you Lebanon High School football. Brought to you by Bates Ford, Bakes and Hooker, K. Maynard Insurance, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Kenny Salas, Sports World, and Wilson Bank and Trust. The Blue Devils will play host to rival Wilson Central in the home opener Friday at 6:30 on WANT and WCOR.
Several warm and dry days to close out the week for us. High of 89 degrees with partly cloudy skies for today. Should drop down to the mid-60s overnight. 88 degrees coming our way Thursday and Friday with only small chances for rain. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm number one Ned.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2. It is a Wednesday and time for us to talk about Herc Rental, 1325 West Main in Lebanon. Keith Illy is not here today. We got somebody new, and I haven't had an opportunity to hardly shake your hand. Tell me your name.
Grant Smith with Herc Rentals out of Nashville. I'm a sales rep with Herc Rentals.
What's the first name?
Grant, G-R-A-N-T.
Grant Smith. All right, Grant, we welcome you to our program, and we like to talk about Herc Rental every Wednesday at this time. Tell us how long you've been with this company.
I've been with Herc Rentals about 2.5 years now. I was with Inside Sales out of Nashville for about 2 years, working on the counter there. Working with a lot of the operations standpoint of things and doing a lot of the operation stuff in there. And then I moved out into the field whenever we bought Lebanon, the Absolute Rental and Supply in May. Moved over there, was helping getting that store up and going for a few months, and then merged into the field over in Mount Juliet, Lebanon area. So I'm able to be out on job sites, out with customer relationships on site and in person. So that's been exciting. And really watching that store grow has been exciting as well.
Well, the location here in Lebanon, of course, is 1325 West Main, and the phone number is still 615-443-RENT, and you really have a lot to offer people, don't you? We used to say everything from wallpaper steamers to bulldozers, and it's probably more than that. Anything in particular you want to focus on this morning as far as what's being rented?
Yeah, so what we're able to bring to the Absolute Rental Supply, new Herc Rentals location in Lebanon is we're going to be able to bring a lot more fleet in. Like I said, we're a nationwide company, third largest in the United States right now, expanding up into Canada as well. We're bringing a lot of new equipment over from Nashville. It's going to be more of big booms, backhoes, a lot of different varieties of fleet for specific projects that people are able to do. So that's going to be our main focus, is bringing in quality equipment to be able to focus on different types of projects to be able to help out the Lebanon area.
What do you spend most of your time doing?
Most of my time I spend out on the field, out in the field with the customers. I'm usually bouncing from job site to job site every day, being able to talk with general contractors on what their specific needs are for each project and job. Being able to bring that back to our branch and our team, and being able to provide the right solutions for those customers and get them in a timely manner.
Well, Grant, heretofore, Absolute Rental is catered both to the individual do-it-yourself person and to contractors. You're still going to be doing a lot of both, or is the accent going to be more towards contractors with her?
So we're going to keep a lot of the Absolute Supply style of doing business with the small contracting, doing tillers, yard work, those little small projects that you're able to do on the weekends and stuff like that. But we're also going to be able to add to them and be able to help out their customers that they've had relationships for almost 20 years, being able to help out and have the equipment to supply those bigger jobs, your industrial warehouses, your commercial builds with cranes and forklifts and stuff that you see going on for multiple year projects. So it's able to give those guys and that customer base a foot in the door with our equipment to be able to supply those jobs and not have to look elsewhere.
And this is more of what you're doing. You're out in the field with some of the bigger contractors, some of the bigger projects, perhaps.
Correct. Yes, and Josh Etherly, Philip's son, that's been over there for multiple years. He's going to end up being able to work with the customers that they've had long-term relationships, being able to kind of tie them into what we have to offer with our new equipment, and kind of go back to those people and be like, hey, we didn't used to supply the quantity of equipment, but now we have it to be able to help those contractors out. So we may be of more value to them at this point.
Well, the number again is 615-443-RENT, which we've been saying every Wednesday for a long time here. Remind people of it, an easy phone number to remember. Now, I understand that you actually can make reservations now by telephone, which you couldn't do before. You usually had to come in to do that. Is that correct?
That's correct. We just launched our new Pro Control system, which is going to be a new industry, hopefully changing piece of system, and it's still working out some kinks, but you're going to be able to basically be hands-on with your device. You're going to be able to access your account. You're going to be able to operate, turn your equipment on and off from those devices. You're going to be able to make your reservations. You're going to be able to make service calls. If you have equipment break down on your job site, you'll be able to submit it right from your phone. You'll be able to track the hours of the equipment on your phone, and we're going to be able to sign operators up as well, to where you can turn that piece of equipment possibly on or off from your phone. And there's going to be a lot of new neat features to that that's going to hopefully excel us past some.
Take a little while to get it all up and going right and get the bugs out, as we say, right? But probably not long.
Correct, yes. The system is still fairly new. So I mean, myself and on my team as well, we're still learning, as well as our customers are learning. There's still some new parts of the system that we're getting used to. It's just a learning curve for everybody at this point. But I think once we get used to that system, get some of the perks and the kinks out, I think it is going to be very good for our customer base.
Well, Grant Smith, thanks so much for being here to tell us about Herc Rental today, and hope you continue to have fun doing all you're doing to keep everything going smoothly. And I'm sure they'll send you back one of these days.
I hope so.
All right, thanks for being with us today. Herc Rental, 1325 West Main in Lebanon, and again, the phone number 615-443-RENT. Jeff Gannon, I want you to take Grant's seat over here. And Grant, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. And now we've got everybody situated here. Let me introduce Jeff Gannon, State Farm Agent, who is pretty much responsible for getting the show all together here today.
Good morning, Coleman.
Good morning. You called me the other day, and you wanted to have Coach Gentry with the Lebanon Blue Devils out, and we also have Jay Sanders with Middle Tennessee Electric this morning. Jay, let me say hello to you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Yes. And Coach, good morning to you. Coach Chuck Gentry, good to see you.
Glad to be
all right, is everything coming in pretty well? All right, I'll turn it up some more. Say hello again, Coach.
Good morning, Coleman. Right. Glad to be here.
Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing great, Coleman. How you been?
I'm doing well, too. I want you to just take over here. Tell us what this is all about.
All right. I'll try to kind of elaborate on why we're here today. Basically, it's football time.
Right.
And so we got a big showdown this week. Lebanon versus Wilson Central. We're hosting Lebanon. I say we because I am a Blue Devil. Coleman, did you go to Lebanon, by the way?
Yes, I did.
And so you're a Blue Devil too.
And that's ancient history, but yes.
That's right. I service the whole community, but I've got a little Blue Devil in me. So we're actually going to be doing a tailgate, a pregame tailgate this Friday night. So we want to talk a little bit about that today before the game, but inviting everybody out Friday. Starting at 5 o'clock, we're going to be. We'll have a DJ service out at little grassy knoll area there at Lebanon High School. Jesse Presley will be coming out to do some DJing for us pregame, starting at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be cooking some hamburgers, some hot dogs. We'll have chips and cookies and all this good stuff. And then Jay with Middle Tennessee Electric, their crew is going to be serving the community some gourmet grilled cheese that I'm interested to hear about, but I hear they're stellar. And when you say the word free, usually people come out. We will be taking donations. I'll let Coach Gentry talk about some projects he's got going on with the Lebanon High School locker room football program, and I'll let him talk about the team this year. And but anyway, I'm interested to hear about these gourmet grilled cheese, and we really just want to get the word out. To come out this Friday night and support all these kids in Wilson County.
Well, Jay Sanders, tell us just a little bit about the gourmet cheese.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll be glad to. So we kind of started this project a couple of years ago as a way to give back to the community. Just another aspect of what we do at Middle Tennessee Electric. But we go out into the community to events like Friday Night Lights with football games or college football games like the Cumberland homecoming football game. And we'll cook these gourmet grilled cheeses out of our electric griddle food trailer that we have at Middle Tennessee Electric. We were actually at the fair last night. We made 300 grilled cheese sandwiches for seniors at senior night at the fair. And well, we got so many compliments. It was just great to see everybody. And we're looking forward to doing the same thing on Friday night in Lebanon. At the Lebanon versus Wilson Central game.
Well, I just got to ask you, Glenn Hollinsworth?
Yes, sir. Yeah. He was just on here, wasn't
he? This is like Middle Tennessee Electric Day with you on the second half. But, all right, is it Coach Gentry's turn?
It's Coach Gentry. Take it
Coach,
away.
we do appreciate what you've done at Lebanon High School. It's always good to see. I don't get to see you but about once a year, but you don't have any gray hair yet. It hadn't been too hard on you, I guess.
Well, I have a face for radio for sure, but glad to be here. Starting the season off at home. We're 1-0. Had a good showing last Friday night. Started out fast, and Anthony Crowell kind of put on the show. Scored 4 touchdowns, 2 receiving, one kickoff return to open the game, and 1 interception return. And then Wilson Central's a county rival who has beaten us. We won't talk about that since we don't talk about the past, but we're looking forward to a big game Friday night, tailgate, getting the kids in the community involved, and then, at 7 o'clock, us trying to do our part.
Well, what's it look like so far? You had a good, I know you had a good week last week. You're playing Antioch, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And that's been the team you started with for a while. But practice all went well, preseason.
Preseason has went well. We played in 3 7-on-7s. We were 14-1 in one-hand touch football. So had a pretty good summer. Had a good fall camp. We were mostly healthy coming into Friday night. So we're expecting big things from this group. We're returning 15 starters from last year's team who went 11-2 and won the most games in school history. So a lot of excitement around the program. And with that comes different things. We've got 63 freshmen and 89 varsity players right now, and we've got all of them in one locker room and not enough lockers, and the lockers that we have are old. So when Jeff says taking donations, we're looking to redo the locker room possibly, and to get rid of the wood lockers and get metal lockers, and outfitting that many is helmets went up to $350 per. It takes about $1,000 per kid to outfit them for the year. So a lot of money goes in and out of the program. So we're just trying to raise the buck.
Players, we're talking about $100,000.
Yes, sir. That's why we hope to have a big crowd tomorrow night at the tailgate and at the game.
Well, let me say this. I think you no doubt really appreciate a supporter and somebody who who really goes out of the way for you, like Jeff Gannon here with State Farm, and like Jay Sanders from Middle Tennessee Electric.
Yes, sir. It takes a village, and I lean on a lot of people, and we'll take all the help that we can get. We appreciate these two men and their organizations stepping up and helping the kids in the community, and hopefully the kids will be able to give back. And that's what we want out of our kids, is to make them better and be better as husbands, dads, individuals when they leave us and become part of the community and be a part of Lebanon and Wilson County when they're done.
Well, I think it goes without saying what Middle Tennessee Electric's done overall for a number of years, and Jeff, I know more than once has stepped up to the plate here, whatever the situation might be. Not only selling insurance, but being a community minded person to make things better.
Yeah, I remember. I graduated in '96 from Lebanon. Me and my wife Felicia both went to Lebanon High School. She was a cheerleader. I played football, baseball, basketball my freshman year too. But what I remember back in those days, you remember all these guys you play with. You remember the community support. You remember the packed houses of people coming out, on a Friday night to drop what they're doing and just come support you. And, football practice has never been something that a lot of people look forward to, but there are very few things in life you're going to experience on Friday night on a football field representing your community. And I remember going through and having all these business owners and stuff that would come talk to us and feed us prior to the games. And so I'm planning on feeding the football team Friday before the game. And this is just a way for me to give back. Obviously, it's a win-win for everybody. And hopefully we may have some big donor roll in there Friday night and hear the need here and have a little soft heart and give Coach Gentry a good shot in the arm toward these lockers. So we hope the community comes out. Honestly, Jay, I know you guys do these things for community events, and it's really just fun and trying to get people together and trying to get people out to the game and really enjoy it. So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's just a fun event, and again, it's free. But if you can make a donation to Lebanon High School to help out the cause, that'd be great as well.
Okay, we got to take a break right here. More coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford and get $50 off $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We still see this heavy traffic trying to get down past the airport here on I-40 at Donaldson Pike, coming westbound. Wreck with injuries, Murfreesboro Pike at Donaldson Pike, tying up that intersection. Gallatin Pike at Liberty Lane, that's a wreck in Madison. That one out there happened earlier on I-40 in Smith County. Still has the interstate a major mess on 40 westbound at the 251 mile marker. That's right at the Wilson County, Smith County line on 40 westbound. Hey, with a huge demand for dental assistants, Dental Staff School can train you, help you get a job as a dental assistant. Google Dental Staff School. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
When you needed portable heating, cooling, generators and remediation equipment, contractor tools, or any other equipment or solution to help you get the job done, you trusted Absolute Rental and Supply. Now that same team brings you more equipment and more solutions as Herc Rentals. From construction and industrial to HVAC and homeowner, Herc Rentals has the gear and expertise to get jobs done efficiently, effectively, and safely. Visit us today at 1325 Main Street in Lebanon or online at hercrentals.com. That's HERC Rentals.com.
The preseason comes to a close this Saturday night as the Titans host the Arizona Cardinals. The award-winning Titans countdown happens at 5. Then Mike Keith, the voice of the Titans, and Coach Dave McGinnis call every snap of Titans and Cardinals with a kickoff at 6.
Brought to you by Bakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Mall Plumbing, The Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas and Tennessee 811. Call before you dig.
Catch every game on Real Country, WCOR, Lebanon.
Contact Stephen Lowry Land Clearing for all your land clearing needs. Whether it's clearing trails for ATVs, reclaiming pasture, or clearing your land of brush and trees, Stephen Lowry can get the job done. He works closely with customers, adjusting to make changes as you want. Steve Lowry will give you quality work at a price that you could afford. He will also beat any written estimate. Call Stephen Lowry at 615-970-8154 for all your land clearing needs. That's Stephen Lowry Land Clearing, 615-970-8154.
Coleman and Company, welcome to our final segment here on a Wednesday. Let me reintroduce the folks who are around the table with me this morning. We have Jeff Gannon, the State Farm agent, and he's kind of responsible for the others being here this morning. I didn't even have to invite Coach Chuck Gentry, the Lebanon High Blue Devils head football coach, but we're glad to have you with us again, Coach, as we've already said. And Jay Sanders with Middle Tennessee Electric is here this morning. And, of course, all three of you are very much involved in what is going to happen this Friday night, starting at 5 o'clock, Jeff.
Yeah, just to recap here, 5 o'clock Friday night at Lebanon High School, we're going to host a free tailgate party. DJ services through Jesse Presley and Presley Entertainment, starting at 5 up to game time. We'll be serving hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, cookies, and Middle Tennessee Electric will handle the gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches. Looking forward to that.
And anybody that was at the Senior Citizens Day at the fair yesterday and participated can verify how good they are, right?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I know they will be there and get another gourmet grilled cheese sandwich from us.
No pressure, Jay.
And Jeff Gannon's cooking the hamburgers. What kind of a gourmet cook?
We're going to have some of the men's group out from Emmanuel Baptist Church helping out too. So we'll I don't know how many hamburgers I cook. We'll definitely be on the grill for sure. I'll try to make them decent.
Well, Coach Chuck Gentry is with us this morning, and again, you certainly appreciate the support of these two fellows here and the others in the community.
Yes, we definitely appreciate the community and all the people that feed us, give back to us, and everything. And speaking of support, the Lebanon versus Wilson Central game is in a tight race on TennesseeTitans.com community for the game of the week, and we'd appreciate everybody. You can go vote. You can vote as many times as you want. It's a 1% battle right now at 44 to 43%. So
who's ahead?
Loudon and Lenore City, I believe, is who's ahead of us, and so we want to get their game to be the Titans game of the week because there's a $1,500 winner in that battle. So the Titans give away $1,500 to the winner of the game. So hopefully we'll get a chance to get a little money in our pocket.
So whether you're Lebanon or Wilson Central, go out and vote. TennesseeTitans.com, and there's a community homepage there, and you'll find where you can choose the Wilson Central at Lebanon, and obviously the winner of the game gets the coach gets that $1,500 grant from the Titans. So come on, we need you. Go vote.
And GoBlueDevils.com also has the link right there where you can go vote also.
Well, tell us one more time. Lebanon is a relatively new school, although it's been a while, and you're talking about really needing to replace lockers for your football team.
Yes, sir. There were Lebanon High School opened in 2012, and they put about 110 wooden lockers in there, and we've got roughly 150 kids right now, so you can imagine what that looks like piled up in one room. The square footage is okay, but it needs to be reconfigured a little bit to where we can get everybody in there. And hopefully started last year, and hopefully we can get the funds to raise enough money to get enough lockers for everybody, and where we can get everybody in there comfortably and not piled on top of each other.
Well, no doubt, everybody needs its own little space, and it just make for a better feeling. And if people can come out, help you get all this going here, it'll mean a lot.
Yes, sir. We will take any donation from the community. Friday night's the first home game. We expect a large crowd. Playing another team in Wilson County, plus Mount Juliet's off, so we're expecting a huge crowd. And like I say, you can have a hamburger or a grilled cheese, come out, listen to some music. The cheerleaders are going to stop by, the band's going to stop by, and then hopefully at 7 o'clock we'll be able to kick it off and have a good night.
Well, you have a lot of student body support. Are you pretty? I guess you're never really totally satisfied, but as far as support goes, are you basically satisfied with the school spirit and with the support the football team has?
Well, that's a day-by-day process and a day-by-day battle. But yes, sir, we're pleased with the pride, spirit, and tradition at Lebanon High School, and hopefully we can keep carrying that on. But it would be nice if that place was rocking Friday night like it was about the fourth quarter of Riverdale. That place was hopping pretty good, and so if we can get it back to that type of atmosphere, I think everything will be okay.
Jeff, I'm going to go back to you because you were saying during the break here you would like to really make an announcement. This is sort of a business announcement, but since you are a big supporter of the Blue Devils here and going out of the way, we'll give you a little time to make an announcement.
Just 1 second here. Basically, I've been a State Farm agent for 15 years, been with the company 20 years. I just want to let the community know November 1, I will open a second location here in Lebanon, my hometown, and looking forward to serving the community here. So more to come on that. Stay tuned. Just short plug, but looking forward to talking to people. And
you already got your location?
I'm working on it.
You're not ready to reveal.
It's under wraps right now, so I'm working on it. So. But anyways, it's coming soon, right? So
yeah, Jay. Anything else about Middle Tennessee Electric you'd like to tell us? I mean, you serve most of the people who have electricity in this area. Maybe all of them are buy it from Middle Tennessee Electric, and I guess that's a good thing. You sort of got a monopoly there, but still, you're a community servant. Y'all. I know the people have an opportunity to. I forget what you call it, but every time you get a bill, you can add make it an even dollar, and there's a lot of money that comes in that is put back in the community because of that. What's the name of that?
Yes, sir. That's the Roundup program through Sharing Change.
Yeah, Sharing Change, right.
Yeah, and that's a charitable foundation at Middle Tennessee Electric where we provide nonprofits with grants. And so places like Empower Me Day Camp here in Lebanon and other organizations receive those grants. But yes, sir, that's that program. Just one other thing, I just want to remind everybody, I know Glenn Hollingsworth was on here talking about the annual meeting on Saturday. And so if you can, join us for that annual meeting on Saturday at 2 p.m. It's online, and so you can view it from your own house, and you can participate, and there's going to be door prizes that are going to be given away as well.
All right, can we get back to Coach Gentry here? Last year, you and I sat here after we got off the air, and you told me what kind of a year you were going to have, and I don't think you missed it far. Are you as optimistic, I'll put it this way, as optimistic this year maybe as you were at the beginning last year?
Well, we're on air today, Coleman. So, but yes, sir. Yes, sir. The old coach talk. We have to stay healthy and keep getting better. But with 15 returning starters out of 22, you would think that we should have a pretty good year. So I'm gonna put the pressure on the players and say we're looking forward to having a good year, and we expect to compete for a region title and possibly host a playoff game or two and see where it goes from there. But it is, it's a good time for Lebanon football. I don't buy into this much, but we're ranked number 4 in the AP state poll right now in 6A. So it's pretty good to at least have your name thrown up there. I don't know if what that means other than it's written on a piece of paper, but we expect a good year. And
what about your schedule? And is it about comparable to last?
It's just flipped. We have 3 home games in a row. So if you want to see us, we play at Wilson Central Friday night, Cookville the next Friday night, and then Siegel the next Friday night before we go on the road. And then
Wilson Central, Cookville,
is Siegel. All 3 at home in the next 3 weeks. Next 3 Friday nights, we all can try to close down the square and come. You can come to the football game and then go to the fair after it's over and do all the stuff, all of Wilson County in one night. But we expect to have a good year and hopefully bring a little excitement to the community.
Well, you must have done something right in having as many participants as you do. What'd you say you had 150 altogether?
Yes, sir. 89 varsity and 63 freshmen.
What's that add up to?
152, I believe.
Right, okay. Well,
that's about Smith County mouth. I don't know if that'll work or not.
What about the freshmen? You got a different. I mean, it's sort of a different. You don't play. Freshmen don't play with the varsity.
They do not unless they're good enough. We've started 3 freshmen since I've been at Lebanon, and if they're good enough, they'll play. But right now we have our separate. When we're on varsity on offense, the freshmen are on defense on the other end of the field. Our coaching staff coaches them 90% of the time. Arthur Maxwell's their head coach, but he's one of us. And when they're on offense, it's our offensive staff, and when they're on defense, it's our defensive staff. And that has helped us develop some of our kids that are playing right now to be able to to be where they're at and been playing for several years. Like Jeff's son's been playing; he's been a 3-year starter for us. So being able to coach him as a freshman when he got up there as a sophomore, when he was physically ready, he was mentally ready. So that's been a plus for us.
Well, we're just about out of time here. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Tommy Bryan this morning. You know Tommy Bryan real well.
Tommy's a true Blue Devil.
He really is, and of course he does the play-by-play, and all our games are right here on WANT. Jeff Gannon, thank you for getting our guest and sort of, as I would say, securing our program this morning, and for all you do for our community here. And we appreciate that very much. And Jay Sanders, really nice to have you, Middle Tennessee Records coach. We appreciate you being with us. And again, you start this Friday night at 5 p.m. with a tailgate party. Free hamburgers, free what kind of cheese?
Gourmet grilled cheese.
Gourmet grilled cheese. And
fancy for Lebanon here.
The game is at 7 o'clock with Wilson Central.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you all for being with us. That's it for Wednesday, and I hope you'll join us tomorrow. Till then, I wish you a wonderful day.